am finally live. Oh my lord, it has been a very, 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 very long time since I have been live. I don't even know how long it's been actually. But thank you all for coming in if you can. And yeah, so I don't really have anybody watching right now. This was a random 2 o'clock thing I had going on. So there was a couple things I wanted to talk about today. And hey Tammy, thanks for coming in. The first thing I wanted to talk about is, even though it's like the dead of winter, by the way, it's really cold here. Let me see if I can flip this. Hold on. There's the snow. Yay! Good snow. But okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is, even though it's snowing, what exactly are you thinking about planting in your garden this year? I have that going on in my head, and what exactly I want to plant, what would be good for us. I had something in my eye. I kind of got really over the fact of planting, say, just like random stuff. Like before, like if I saw something in a magazine, and this is when I first started out. Hello, other person watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. One thing I'm kind of over, and I was like, when I first started gardening, like way in the beginning, I would get super excited about all the random vegetables, and like something new came out. Oh, I want to try this, and I want to try that, and then before too long, I'm kind of getting sick of it. Like, I think at this point, I finally found the vegetables that I love to grow the most, and I'm just going to stick it out and grow those. Like, I know there's like all different types of variants of each seed, and that one's red and that one's purple and all of that. But I kind of just stopped thinking about that and just started thinking about, what exactly do I need? And okay, I'm being trolled now. That's great. Hi, trollers. Thanks for coming in. Let's see. How about that one? Yeah, that worked. Okay. So anyway, I kind of stopped thinking about, why are messages getting held for review? Like, what is that about? Oh, that's why. Hey, Prepper 101. Sorry, I'm getting trolled, so I'm reading the messages. Hide forever. Hide forever. So, I'm thinking about all the vegetables that I'm going to grow. It's okay. I'm on my phone, too. I'm not really even worried about it, as long as it's kosher. I've been held for review since birth. Oh, that's funny. So I'm just kind of like, now I know every year what I'm going to plant or close to it. So now I don't like get excited about new things like, oh my gosh, they have a new black pepper that I've never seen before or something like that. I don't know. I need to find something that's going to, hi Howie, thank you for coming in. I think hey Grammy Karen. I hope you guys had a good Christmas / holiday extravaganza. I just had like 2 weeks off. And my son did too. It was really nice. And so, no, this is not a gossip column. There's Sumit Kumar. So, yeah. So I was just thinking about what exactly I'm going to plant. And one of the things that I'm really interested in this year, and I was interested in last year, but it was kind of an afterthought after I already had everything, after I kind of had everything like already planted, is I want to get the mashed potato squash this year. Like, I'm really want that. So, thank you for deleting, guys. I appreciate it. And Ali, I believe that's your name, or is it Ali? I apologize. Said, I love watching your videos. Please give me a shout out. Okay. Well, I haven't made a real video in a long time. I kind of took a mental break from YouTube. So, there's that. Oh my God, look who it is. It's Viper. Look who that is. What else? I don't know. So I need to find something that's going to excite me again, as far as the vegetables are concerned, as far as just growing stuff. Like, I need to find something with a little more oomph. Like, I think maybe I just need to be challenged more. I don't know. So I don't know if you guys are all feeling that too. And it's mainly Baker Creek, I think, every year would get me super excited about all their vegetables, because, like, you go into their books and you're like, oh my God, I want that because that's so cool, or that's a really cool color. I would love to have that in my garden. And then it's like, after a while, I just want something that I'm going to eat, I'm going to can, and that's that. Maybe I'm just being a bah humbug as far as gardening season's going. I don't know. Hey, Backlash Fisherman. I don't know. Yvonne? Is it Even? Yvonne? I apologize if I pronounced your name wrong. I'm not great at that. So, I don't know. So I want to definitely get more fruit trees. We have like an apple orchard. Ivan. Thank you, Prepper 101. Ivan. Okay, cool. Thank you. I definitely want to do more fruit trees. And we cut down a huge tree in the side yard. It was a pine tree. And so that created a lot more space. So I also expanded Grandma's garden on the side of our house. And I've already planted some stuff in it. So that's going to be one giant flower bed type deal that we have going on there. And then I also want to plant some more fruit trees. I got a ton of apple trees. I have like 3 pears. Maybe I want to plant more pear trees because I really only have like a couple pears. I did want to do peach trees. However, it's hard to, I live in an area like Northeast Ohio. It gets really cold here. So you have to find the peaches that are right for your area. And there was a specific one that I wanted that's really cold hardy and stuff like that. But the only way I could afford them and get them, they came in like they were like little twigs. So I'm like, man, that's going to literally take 10 plus years for me to get peach from that peach tree. So I had been looking, and I know a lot of people don't do this. They go to Stark Brothers or something like that. But I always look at Walmart. And I look in like their clearance section for the summer when they have trees and stuff. You're okay. That's good to know, Viper. Thank you for sharing it out. I mean, this isn't really a grand live or anything, but thank you for sharing me out. Appreciate it. But no, I don't know. I want something to challenge me in the garden this year. And I don't want it to be like a challenge like all the bugs are going to attack it. Like I want I want a challenge as far as growing is concerned. I don't know. We'll see. I have not got watermelon. I did watermelon last year. Oh my god, Howie. I got this is funny, right? I did I planted several different types of watermelon. One was even like had was supposed to have an orange or something on the inside. I didn't get that. However, I did get one large watermelon out of the entire thing, and I was so proud of myself. I babied that thing. I even kind of rotated it when I saw that it was kind of getting flat on the one end. Because the year before I grew watermelon, and I didn't rotate it and I didn't bother to check. So when I lifted it up, it had like worms on the other side, and I was like, oh, damn it. I was so upset. So yeah, last year I babied this thing, and when I saw that it was like laying flat for a while, I kind of like lightly turned it and rotated it so it wouldn't get it. But anyway, it was really good, and we actually made pickled watermelon rinds from it. So that was really cool too. By the way, if you guys ever had pickled watermelon rinds, the recipe that we got was delicious. It was from like the 1900s. The recipe that we got, and the pineapple, or it tastes like pineapple. It tastes like, I don't know, but they do not taste like what you think they would taste. And they're kind of see-throughy. Yeah. It was really good. So we have like 10 jars. And so of course I brought one to Christmas Eve. And of course I brought our pickles to Christmas Eve. So the pickled watermelon rinds are really, really, really good. They are sweeter. It's just really not what you would expect. So, and the first time that I ever had anything like that is when my husband and I went to Gettysburg. We went to Gettysburg on our honeymoon because that's what we love, history and stuff like that. So we went to Gettysburg, and we went to, I think, what is called the Farnsworth House. It's like it's a haunted house, supposedly, but it's also like they have like a really beautiful like restaurant in the house, and you sit down, and on the table they had pickled watermelon rinds as your like appetizer slash whatever. And it was like, okay, I'm gonna try this. And it was really good. I was like really surprised. I'd never had that before. And I was very, very shocked how good it was. So we wanted to make our own, but we didn't trust anything from the grocery store because they're not grown organically. And then of course you see all the horror stories about watermelon from the grocery store. I read that for like a brief second, Viper, and then I didn't understand what you were saying. Were they scared of you? Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. No, but you know what? I love ghost tours. I am a ghost tour fanatic. So if there's a ghost tour somewhere, I'm going to totally take that tour because I want to know the history of, I love like dark history. I like to learn about dark history. So any kind of ghost tour or anything like that, I always end up taking it because I think it's great. So they had lots of those in Gettysburg, and we got to go through a lot of houses that were there during the Civil War, and the Jenny Wade house, which is supposed to be haunted as well. And there was one thing that I kind of want to kick myself in the butt for not doing, but I didn't know what it was at the time, is they have a school there, and I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it was like a horrible school for children, and it's supposed to be haunted, but it was also a museum, as well. So I was really confused as to what it was. But then afterwards, when I'm watching TV or History Channel or something like that, somebody went over that about, how horrible it was for children. And there was like this thing. And I now want to kick myself in the butt for not going on the tour. You should watch my son's recent video where he was hiking alone, but he wasn't alone. That's funny. Yeah, I don't know why, but I really love, we've been to some really, cool places. I think we've been to some of the most haunted places in America, I guess you would say, like the Moundsville State Penitentiary, and then we went to Louisville, in Louisville at the Waverly Hills Sanitarium. So we've been through those places. And a friend of ours now, but when she first started, she has her own tour company called Haunted Heartland Tours, and now she used to be based out of Southern Ohio or Canton area, and now she lives in West Virginia, so she's based out of Virginia. And she does all those tours. So not only does I've interviewed her before on here, but she does all these tours, and then she not only does that, but she writes books, and she has wrote books about my area where I live and all different kinds of really cool stuff. And she's worked on the Travel Channel and the History Channel, and she's worked with all the top ghost hunters on TV and stuff like that. And I'm really into that, and I usually don't talk about it because people think I'm dorky. You should watch. Okay, so you went through that too? You went through Waverly Hills? Now that I look back at the situation, I want to kick myself in the butt for not doing the other floors. I let myself get too scared. And I didn't do the top floor. I got to I think it was the third floor, and Dustin kept leaving me. He kept walking around on his own, and I was upset by that. And not only that, it was very, very creepy. So I ended up leaving. I walked down with one of the tour guides and just chilled because I was just freaking out. Not like I was freaking out like, oh my God. No, it wasn't like that. It was just like, oh my God, this is too scary for me. I'm out of here. But they used to have an option. You could stay the night there. Yeah, we stayed the whole night. It was fun. We were there for 8 hours, I think. And what funny thing is we didn't have a hotel or anything. So we just drove in, we slept in the car, and then we waited that evening, and then we did the entire tour, and then the next day we drove home. I think it was like 8 hours to get there. Maybe a little less than that. At Waverly, we saw shadows move across the doorway of an empty room, witnessed by 15 people. Yeah. What else did we do? I can't think. But yeah, there were some people, they were sitting, because the place doesn't have any windows anymore. It's all open. So there were people sitting outside and stuff as we were getting ready to leave early in the morning. The sun came up. And I was like, I just want to get out of here. But I wish I would have stayed. And now that I look back on it, I paid a lot of money for those stupid tickets, so I probably should have stayed. Okay, good to see you too, Howie. Thanks for coming in. But it's okay. The Moundsville one, it was our first ever ghost hunting thing. Yes, and my husband was so mad at me. We were walking through, and I had a flashlight, and you could see bats. And then the tour guide woman told us about how one time she was locking up the place, and she was make sure all the doors were closed. And when she turned around, a bat flew in her mouth. I was like, oh my God, that's so gross. And she's like, yeah. So she's like, I just really make sure that there's, because there were bats everywhere in that place, because it's just open. Even though it's a building, there's no windows really. It just is what it is. And we were walking through one of the big hallways, and I had a flashlight, and it kept shining up, and I wasn't thinking, and the bats kept flying towards Dustin's head, which was even more funny because they wouldn't fly really towards my head because I was short. So when they swooped down, I got my husband instead. He's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny at the time, but not so funny, I guess. But yeah, so we've been on a lot of cool places. But my whole topic, and I can only be on for a few minutes longer because I have to pick up my son. But my topic was, are you bored with what they have out there as far as seeds are concerned? And what do you want to plant in your garden this year? I'm going to do just the basics. I'm going to do the tomatoes, cucumbers. I'm going to try really hard to do the carrots, because I'm going to get some carrot seeds. I did get a Johnny Seeds magazine, and I got some other magazines in the mail that I don't normally get. And so I think this year I'm going to order from some of those places. I can't remember what the other one was. Tomato Express. I can't remember. But I got some really cool magazines that I don't normally get, and I got them in the mail. So I'm going to check that out. No, it's not Pineapple Express, a goofball. But I can't remember what it's called. Let's see. Southern Exposure, that's it. It's a seed company. And they have nothing but tomatoes. So if you guys get a chance, go over to Southern Exposure. And they have a lot of different types of seeds. And there were some, I think, I circled in there already too that I wanted to get. So, and I need to get on that because it's already January 6th, guys. If you don't get on it early and you don't get what you want early, then you're not going to get what you want, because you have those people out there that hurry up and rush, and then they before you know it, the companies are like, oh, we're out of that, or we're out of that, and you're like, oh. So then you don't get what you want. I like to talk to tomatoes. Okay. I don't know. But that's pretty much it. Hey, Dave Knight, thank you for coming in. 62 degrees in your greenhouse. That's nice. It is 25 degrees here in Ohio. I do talk to tomatoes when I'm out in the garden, though. That's funny. I do. I don't know. So I was just kind of okay. Have any of you guys seen or gotten a Baker Creek catalog in the mail? If so, if you have noticed that there's not a lot of stuff in it? I'm going to take a look at their regular catalog. I think what we got in the mail was the free one. But I'm going to purchase their other one, their whole seed catalog, and see how much stuff is in there. Because I feel like their magazine used to be pretty loaded. Especially the zinnias and the different types of zinnias. And I've noticed that there really isn't a whole lot. Yeah. And I remember them having a beautiful zinnia flower display in their catalog. Yeah. Just got my free one, and it was thinner than last year. Yeah. That's what I thought too. So I don't know. After a lot of things that had happened last year, I'm kind of really particular now where I should get my seeds from. I have a ton of seeds, a ton. I probably need to look over that, and I'll probably do that when I get home before I order anything. Is go through all the seeds that we do have. Oops, sorry, dropped it. All the seeds that we do have before I start purchasing or buying or whatever. But I noticed that the Baker Creek catalog was just not like it has been. And I noticed that they have less tomatoes, and I know they have less zinnias. They used to have every single thing of carrot that you could think of, that you could possibly think of, like color wise, and I haven't really seen that either. So I don't know. I am gonna get my carrots again from Johnny Seeds. I found a pelletized. I'm gonna see. That's another thing that's challenging me. Is before I had these pelletized seeds, and I'm an extremely impatient person, and so they never came up. And so I ended up planting like every carrot seed packet I think that I could possibly think of. And I ended up getting a few carrots, but I had issues with those pelletized seeds. Well, my husband, then the next year, I'm like, I still have like 5,000 of these pelletized seeds, because I buy like a lot of seeds at once usually. And the carrot seeds, my husband planted them, and we had a really good carrot harvest that year. So I'm kind of thinking I just need to be a little more patient with my pelletized seeds, and just let them go until I see something. Because I was so impatient. 8 people in the house. Thank you so much for listening to me ramble for the past half hour. I really appreciate you guys. I plan on going live more often. I just haven't been doing it. I'm really busy with my son in his school. Freddy time is always on, but hopefully I can go live more and have more educational lives, where before I was just kind of like having fun, but I rather have like more of an educational live. So hopefully I can get more of that coming up. I gotta go. Freddy's out of school, so all right guys, we'll see you next time. Hopefully I can do this tomorrow and go live from my phone tomorrow. So have a good one, and we'll see you next time.